Hey guys, what's up? It's a Silent Reviews here, coming at you guys with my 205 Live and NXT results for the April 30th, 2019 episode of 205 Live and the May 1st, 2019 episode of NXT. So on 205 Live, we had Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese in the main event. We also had the return of the Singh brothers. Very, very random, but okay. And we also had Akira Tozawa and Mike Kanellis go at it. So, what happened on the show? Well, 205 Live returned Tuesday nights, blah blah, from Columbus, Ohio, in Charleston. I don't know how to pronounce that. So last week on the show, Ari Daivari beat Tony Lorcan and become the number one contender for the Cruiserweight title. And now we're waiting to see when we're going to be seeing Ari Daivari and Tony Nese go at it. Maybe a Money in the Bank on the pre-show. Drew Gulak opens up the show with a promo talking about how he's going to turn the opportunity Tony Nese has given him into history by tapping him out. The Singh brothers get a bit of a promo time ahead of their match, reintroducing themselves as our beloved heroes of the Cruiserweight division and talk up their time with Jinder Mahal as if they were personally wrestling the likes of Randy Orton and AJ Styles, and they're here to take the division into this future. Sure they are. Lucha House Party over the Singh brothers. This was a short match. I mean, there was really nothing special here. And, Dorado got the win with the shooting star press on Samir Singh. Drake Maverick is in his office on his phone when Humberto Carrillo rolls up. He congratulates Carrillo and advises him to steer clear of Drew Gulak, and Carrillo says he's proud to represent Lucha Libre. Jack Gallagher shows up and says he's not medically cleared to compete, but in 2 weeks in London he will be, so keep in mind he bears Humberto no ill will and says that they have some unsettled business as opponents and shakes his hand. Brian Kendrick is attacked by Mike Kanellis during his entrance. Kendrick was supposed to have a match against Kanellis, I guess. I don't know. And then Akira Tozawa made the save. He and Kanellis brawl around the ringside, and Drake Maverick comes down with some referees to pull him apart. Ari Daivari gets a hand cam promo when he boosts up his rise to be a contender and tells Tony Nese he's about to get ripped limb from limb by Drew Gulak, and this whole story will end with Gulak winning the title. And the commentary informs us that next week, Akira Tozawa will be taking on Mike Kanellis in a no disqualification match in the main event. Finally, we get to the main event with Tony Nese and Drew Gulak, Cruiserweight Champion. Gulak and Nese look to be in top form, with the pair of them giving it all in their Cruiserweight tournament rematch. Both superstars traded blows with each other, and for a moment it looked like anyone might be able to go home with the victory. Unfortunately for Gulak, though, it was the WWE Cruiserweight Champion who ended up taking the victory, as Nese was able to counter Gulak's attempt at a slam and delivered a vicious kick to the head of Gulak, ending the match and showing 205 Live roster why Nese is the champion of the brand. So pretty standard show. Nothing really special happened other than just the Cruiserweight title match. And then, of course, we're getting the no DQ match with Tozawa and Kanellis next week. Moving on to NXT. This whole NXT episode was based off of Kushida making his debut. So this was all about Kushida. So he took on Kassius Ohno in the main event. Meanwhile, Humberto Carrillo, Oni Lorcan, and Danny Burch took on the Forgotten Sons in a six-man tag match. We knew this was coming, being that Carrillo took on Jackson Riker last week and was attacked by him at ringside, causing disqualification, or causing them both to get counted out, rather. And that's when Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch made the save. So we knew the six-man tag match was coming. This was a pretty standard match. It was pretty good. After spending much of the early portion of the match isolated from his teammates and on the receiving end of a beating, Carrillo made the hot tag to Burch. The Brit exploded into the match, but an ill-fated dive over the top rope saw Carrillo wipe out Lorcan accidentally, leaving Burch to fend off for himself against all three Forgotten Sons. As the other heels re-entered the fray, the action broke down, and eventually Riker held both 205 Live competitors Lorcan and Carrillo down for the double stomp from Cutler and Blake. 3 seconds later, and the suddenly surging Forgotten Sons picked up another impressive victory. They're really getting built up here, and I like it because when we first saw the Forgotten Sons on NXT TV, nobody knew who these guys were. Nobody knew what was going on and what they were doing. Nobody cared, but they're slowly starting to build them up here. So I like it, and I hope it does good wonders for them. Lorcan and Birch are seemingly incapable of having a bad match. Despite being a second-tier team from a booking perspective, the Double Tough tandem has routinely been part of one of the best matches on any card in which they appear. This was another fun, high-impact match in which they stared, particularly Birch, while simultaneously putting over the Forgotten Sons. There is nothing flashy or exciting about the Forgotten Sons. They're good old-fashioned, hard-nosed bruisers who provide a nice alternative to the superstars with indie cred elsewhere on the brand. Now, this may not have been a huge win, but increased television time wins and an appearance on the 2019 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic suggests that they are poised for big things in the coming weeks and months. In the match, though, there was a spot where Carrillo was going for a springboard dropkick or something, and I swear to you, man, when Jackson Riker hit him with the axe to the chest, Carrillo sold that shit like he literally freaking died, and it was great spot. Sell there by Carrillo. We get into a Dominik Dijakovic versus Mansoor. I think I'm pronouncing that right. This guy looks like a taller, bigger version of Mustafa Ali, literally. So he comes out and he takes on Dominik Dijakovic. Dijakovic pretty much squashed this guy. I mean, Mansoor got in some offense, but Dijakovic was able to take him out. You know, we all know what Dominik Dijakovic is capable of doing. Now, he's been on a roll in NXT, but to continue his winning ways, he would be tasked down with Downey newcomer Mansoor in singles competition Wednesday night. Mansoor fired off some new strikes early, showing intentional fortitude to taking the fight right to Dijakovic. Dijakovic, however, sent Mansoor crashing to the floor below and continued to overwhelm him with his clear power advantage until the newcomer delivered a well-timed step-up kick to create separation. That was a really, really nice spot there. He had Dijakovic on his knees, and he literally jumped on his thigh, and then he just did an enziguri, which is really nice there. The former Ring of Honor standout recovered, and moments later delivered Feast Your Eyes to pick up the relatively easy victory. After the match, though, NXT North American Champion Velveteen Dream made his presence felt, and he's saying intensifying his developing issues with Dijakovic. He's saying his own version of the Star Spangled Banner, and it was pretty funny. So I'm going to see if I can play that for you guys. Just give me 1 second. It was pretty funny, though, you know. So it looks like we're going to be getting Velveteen Dream versus... I'm about to say Buddy Murphy, because that already happened. It looks like we're going to be getting Velveteen Dream versus Dominik Dijakovic at the next TakeOver event for the NXT North American title. So that should be something special. Just pull this up right here. Here we go. So here we go. Velveteen Dream sees his own version of the national anthem. He comes out, gets escorted by these two hot ladies sitting on that couch. God, those women are very, very attractive. God damn. Dream coming out looking like a pimp. Got the title on his lap.
So the Dream has some words for you, Dominik. Words so true you can say that they're red, white, and blue. Now, if we're gonna do this right, we need some music.
Matt Riddle's flip-flops. Buddy Murphy's red hair. His derriere.
So please be sure stare, 'cause your family won't care.
Oh man. Oh man. And then Velveteen sits back on the couch and gets extorted out by those beautiful ladies. Oh, man. That's going to be something special when we see Dream and Dijakovic go at it. Kushida versus Kassius Ohno. We get to the main event here. I have never seen Kushida wrestle in my life. I know he's from New Japan, but I've never seen him wrestle. His entrance, though, was really, really nice. Got the blue lights, and he came out wearing these really cool glasses. And it looked like kind of like a Back to the Future thing. It was really, really cool. And his music was really nice as well. Sounded like something that would fit Kushida. And yeah, so he fought Kassius Ohno in the main event. One of the highest profile free agent signees in recent memory made his NXT debut on Wednesday night as Kushida battled the brand's gatekeeper, Kassius Ohno, who recently has been appearing on NXT UK. He came back and he took on Kushida. The newcomer made a grand entrance from the stage, signifying his role as one of the faces of NXT's bright future. The hard-hitting affair, which left Kushida's nose bloodied, saw each competitor lay into each other with an onslaught of bone-rattling strikes. There was a spot in this match where Kushida, I kid you not, he landed face first on the mat. Ohno picked him up in an electric chair position and just literally spiked him face first, planted him right on his nose, and he busted his nose right there. Nasty spot there. Ohno controlled for a large portion of the match, but his trademark senton was reversed into Kushida's armbar. Ohno made the ropes, but a fired-up Kushida unloaded on Ohno, who begged his opponent for more as the crowd came to his feet. Kassius suckered Kushida in with a nasty elbow to the back of the head, but the babyface answered with a hard right hand and tapped Ohno out with a hoverboard lock for his first televised win. So Kushida wins with submission moves. Pretty nice. Now, we all know Kushida is a bright star here. He instantly looks like a bright star here, thanks to a hell of a fight with the underappreciated Ohno. This was a hard-hitting, physically intense bout and allowed fans a taste of what they can expect to come from Kushida. He is the star of NXT going forward, as he should be. Do not be surprised to see him step up to challenge for the NXT Championship early in his run. Ohno as a gatekeeper of NXT is a great idea, but at some point, he needs to win some of his matches. What good is a guy who likes to test all the new superstars who walk through the front door if he never beats them? In order to maintain an image, though, he needs to knock one of these competitors off their feet. And there you go. So Kushida, impressive debut for Kushida on NXT, took on Kassius Ohno, and I'm very, very much looking forward to what Kushida has in store moving forward on NXT in the black and gold brand. So it's going to be very interesting to see. But I was really impressed with Kushida's debut. And like I said, I've never seen him wrestle before, but after he took on Kassius Ohno, I was like, man, this guy's going to be a big star in NXT. I'm just calling it right now. I just worry when he gets called up to the main roster within like a year or so, or 2 years, please don't fucking ruin him like you did with Nakamura and Hideo Itami, for fuck's sake, man. Like, seriously. It's surprising. It's really shocking that like Nakamura is actually still around and he managed to re-sign with WWE, but we all know Hideo Itami left, so hopefully they don't do the fucking same thing with Kushida, because WWE just likes to fuck up these Japanese stars, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's stupid, but yeah, just hoping big things for Kushida in NXT and moving forward down the road. We all know he's going to be a big star on the Golden brand, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know what his first feud's going to be. I don't know what's going on with him at the moment, but I'm very much looking forward to it. So that's going to wrap up my review for you guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, RKO the like button out of nowhere. Tap the bell so you get all my notifications for future uploads, and I will be back shortly. I got a big unboxing coming in the next video, so stay tuned for that. We got another huge unboxing from my boy Kevin Boone, nailing it out of the park once again. So stay tuned for that, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Too sweet.